Hey everyone, how's it going? It's the Wobble 101 with my friend Chris, and we're doing a discussion about the possibilities of a zombie apocalypse. Now, this discussion could be like 5 minutes. It could be longer than 10. I'm not even sure. But let's get started. So, Chris, what do you think about the most high chances of a possible zombie apocalypse could be?
It could happen with like a genetically engineered type of virus. Like if it was a natural occurring virus, like surveys say that it's like 95 or not 100% impossible for it to happen.
Yeah. Wait, what is now? Okay, I'm looking up something right now to see what scientist said that
And
zombie
the
apocalypse.
last time I checked this was like January, and I was talking with my friends at like the lunch table about this. Like we do it a lot. We
Oh, dude, trust me, that's what me and my friends do.
like we literally just have like extremely scientific discussions, and we're all the fucking stupidest people on the planet. But we know what we're doing. We're just lazy as hell.
Yeah. Now, okay, so I think a zombie apocalypse could be mixed with two kind of diseases or bacteria, whatever you want to call it. And there's one virus, I forgot what it's called. I'll look it up in a minute. It's it's this kind of bacteria that will infect an ant, and it will kill the ant, and it will take over an ant as the host. Now, after the host is done with it, obviously drops the ant off, but it makes a stem off of it. But besides the fact, it kills the ant and then takes over its dead body and actually can walk around with it and do things. Now, that sounds like a zombie to me, but it's only for ants, basically. So it's no real harm towards humans.
The thing is, like, if someone was to harvest that virus and adapt it to a level where it can be used on humans, and
Well, yeah, well, see, that's the genetically engineer it, or not, maybe not genetically, but engineer the virus to make it do something like that, because there has been no report of somebody being like that from that kind of virus, unless it's unknown and the government's hiding it from us. But if you were to
so
mix
yeah,
that
if,
with what Chris earlier was saying about HIV could possibly be, if you were to mix those two together, they could somewhat become a good zombie virus. Now, not for us, but for the
I
zombie.
should I should explain the whole HIV thing.
Yeah, explain your thing and then I'll go on with mine.
Doctors have said that the most common relatable thing virus to a zombie like virus, it would be HIV because it can be spread by blood to blood contact or basically bodily fluids to other bodily fluids. It's not like an infected like a zombie infected person would try and bone you in the middle of the street. No, they just try to claw you to death and bite you. But the reason is why for that is that it takes over the brain just like that ant virus. Like it would do exactly that. It would take over the brain and just shut down your entire central nervous system. And everyone says that, oh, zombies are all decayed and they're all like torn up. That's mainly the reason people say that is because like zombies, they don't feed. Well, they kind of feed on the living, but they don't. They just tear through the people to get to their heart because
Yeah.
that's like the main central source. And see the whole thing with if a zombie bites you, it's a human biting can break skin, it can penetrate. Um, and if it bites through bone, it can chip the teeth, sharpen the teeth, and then it creates a better chance of penetrating your skin and extracting the virus. And then with the scratching, while they're trying to claw through someone's chest, their skin is obviously going to get
Wait, well,
teared
let
away.
me ask you a question real quick. Are you saying HIV could do this? Because I'm pretty sure
No,
HIV cannot do
HIV
this.
cannot, but like
Yeah.
the this is off the topic of HIV, but just like how the whole zombie thing would go
Oh
about.
yeah,
Like they
definitely.
don't
That's
they
how it.
don't eat people.
Yeah, they just
They
try and
just
kill them.
they
They
just
go.
go for like the source. They go for like the brain or the
Yeah,
heart.
they basically think that everyone around them is an enemy towards them.
But no, the thing is, the one true desire or the directive for that virus is to spread in any way possible, which is it needs to get to the brain to shut down the central nervous system, take over the body, which is
Oh
why the
yeah, so
dead coming back to life,
yeah,
they would fall into like a coma, and then it would just reawaken as the zombie or the I prefer the term infected
yeah.
because they're
So
not
they'd never really die. They just
they
more
just
go into a
slip into
coma.
like say like a half hour coma. That's basically and the whole thing with the whole zombie headshot thing. That's entirely true because the only thing that's actually living inside that person is the brain.
Yeah. Now, if I may go on with what I was talking about earlier, if HIV was to go into a mix with that ant virus, it
That would
it would be really honestly it'd be a good virus. Not
it would
necessarily
be
good, but
basically it would be perfect.
yeah, because basically HIV takes a somewhat it's blood-to-blood contact. So if you have an open wound on your arm and it's bleeding basically, and something else like someone with HIV and their blood goes in that cut, you're most likely going to be infected with the virus of HIV. Um, and if that was to happen, then with the ant virus, then those two would work together, and the HIV and the ant virus would both go in. The virus would go to the brain, and it would basically make you, like Chris said, go into somewhat of a coma, and then because it'd sicken you, and then it would you'd basically be infected or a zombie. But realistically, though, Chris, I don't think this could happen so fast. I think this could take
No,
a substantial amount of time. Not, well, maybe not too long, but maybe at least maybe half a day.
see the thing. Well, it all depends on like the strength of the virus and how many
Yeah,
how many viruses are inhabiting the system and all that, and how like how much how hold on how high the severity of the contagion is.
yeah.
Using big words because I'm a big boy.
Hold on a second. Okay, yeah. So that I totally and completely agree with that. Um, so the main thing is that a zombie apocalypse is entirely and truly possible, but maybe the chances of it are pretty low.
It's a 5% chance that it could actually have catastrophic effects.
Now, I mean, it probably could have an effect. Like, if this was to ever happen, it'd have a
I'm not
effect.
talking about like it would spread
Oh
across
yeah,
the
I
world in
know.
like 12 hours.
It'd be like a cold thing, like how colds can be spread, but they're slowly to be spread. Like
Just
if you get
the
sick, then
stomach viruses.
oh yeah, I mean like if you get sick and some like you're coughing and then you perhaps get the other person sick, they don't get sick instantly, the
It
cold or
takes
whatever.
time.
Yeah, it'll be in their system, but it won't affect you until maybe 2 days after.
See, the thing is, like with the whole people, like how they get infected extremely quick. Not like because like you always see them, you usually see them get taken to the ground, and just beaten up. So they probably fall unconscious due to blood loss if that is the case, and then like their nervous system just shuts down, and then the virus travels quicker. But then you see in other cases, like a person will get bit, and then they'll pass out like a couple hours later
Yeah.
and then they'll be
So
reincarnated.
there's basically so many ways, so many possibilities this could happen, but like we said before, the chances are still really low.
See, if we're on this subject, I want to talk about like planning for it.
You want to talk about
How would you prepare for it?
how
How
would
would
I
you
plan?
prepare for the
Okay, so are
apocalypse?
we talking about how the zombie apocalypse has already started and I'm basically trying to survive right now?
Well, we'll get to that, but like, how? What would you do? How would you like start out? Would you? I literally have a bug out bag or a BOB just chilling next to my dresser, filled with a first aid kit, a filter straw, matches. I don't have my emergency heat blanket yet. I'm still waiting for that. I have a survival knife.
Well, yeah,
I have all the stuff I need because I honestly think like, see, it's not just for a zombie apocalypse. It's for any type of
yeah.
event. Like say
Now,
like
see, dude, if I was to work with anything in my house right now, um, I well, it depends. I wouldn't even know with the zombie apocalypse what could be possibly going around. I wouldn't even know if it was in the water system, which I highly doubt, but you never
it
know, right?
could like that's why
Yeah,
you need filtration.
yeah. So either you'd have
If you don't have like
like
high,
see in my sink, I have a filter thing not over the nozzle, but I have a separate filter nozzle.
yeah, see, I would. The thing is, if you even if you have that, I would. If you don't have like a filtration system and like those the special straws and stuff, boiling the water
Oh,
always
definitely. Yeah.
that's been used since like,
Yeah, even if you want to like get salt water and then like boil it out, you'll get nice water.
well, not necessarily no, because the salt is still
Well,
there.
yeah, it won't be. Well, you'd have
Never
to.
drink salt water, no matter what.
Well, yeah, but if you boil it though, you can separate the salt from the water.
No, the only way to actually truly separate that is completely evaporate the water, and the salt will still remain there. That's how we
I'm
can
not
see salt.
saying like truly and ultimately. I'm just saying like if you want to just separate it. Well, wait, no, this is like totally off topic right now. Well, not really, but here, let me continue about what I was saying. If I was to work with what I have in my house, I have a special nozzle right next to my sink that filters the water before it gets to my sink. Well, not before, but and so I can get fresh water from there. And so I'd probably get like a bottle. I'd probably fill that up. Don't know if I'd drink it yet. I'd savor it. I have SpaghettiOs in my in,
Canned food.
yeah. I have a whole bunch of canned food. I have beans. I have SpaghettiOs. So I'd take those. I'd put those in a bag. I'd get my a Smith and Wesson knife. Is that Smith and Wesson or Smith and
Yeah, Smith and Wesson is a brand of knife.
Yeah, I'd get that knife that I have. I'd get the machete that we have. Um I'd get the 22 that's under. Oh shit, my lamp just fell. Oh no, it's fine. I'd give the 22. Now
See,
wait, with it.
22 is possibly the best firearm you can have for zombie
Yeah.
apocalypse because the rounds are small, they're compact, extremely light. Same thing as the guns, and it's like for like $15 you can get like a gallon jar filled with rounds.
Now wait, here's a quick question. Would my parents be here or would I just be me?
Um, it all depends. Like you can take like
Okay.
family
All right.
precautions
All
or
right.
you can take
If the case
self
was
precautions.
if the case was it was just me, then I would probably take the 22. But see, if it wasn't me, they would probably have taken the 22 and already had that in thought. But if it was just me, like I said, I'd get all those things as I said. Um, and I'd probably get one of my black hoodies and I'd wear that around. And then I wouldn't exactly set out to go out yet, but when I know
See,
that,
the thing is, I would. My room has a big window that basically anyone can fit out of, and like you can go down like above my garage. You could just go down on a boil, and then you're out, and then you're like home free. Yeah. So I would barricade every lower entrance to my house and just keep that there. So that would be the only enter and exit point. But usually in like the early stages, they would not know how to climb.
yeah. But another thing is though, did if their minds did advance more to learn how to do these things, the only thing is if the virus is looking for a new host or to spread the virus, it's gonna use its senses maybe. If it
It would
adapts well.
definitely use like its own instinct.
Yeah. So basically, if it was to anyway sense you, it'd go to the house. It'd probably just maybe stand there and groan there, and then more of the infected uh, subjects would come to the house and probably
See,
surround you though.
the main thing is that zombies are they say that infected or zombies or whatever are attracted to sound and light.
Hmm.
See, I think that may be true, like the sound and the light, just because the eyes are the most sensitive. Sight is like the most sensitive sense of your body. So then, if you throw like a firecracker, and they'll be like, "What's that?" And once it's gone, maybe a couple of them will trudge through it, but then they'll just be right back to you.
Yeah.
But it's the pure instinct of the virus that would drive you like to the heart, because like they would more than likely have some sort of like infrared senses or just
Well, see,
super hearing
that's
or some
where
shit.
I kind of disagree because I just think the infected person would have that in them, but it would want to spread the virus somehow, and it'd go to the same kind of living being that it's already infected, or any kind of living being actually, if it wanted to, just because it's thinking, but primarily human if it was attracted to humans. So basically, if it saw a human, it's like, oh, I want to go after him. It would possibly like attack them, or there's really no saying of what they'd actually do, but maybe claw at them, get the blood in the blood. It's just I really have no idea how it could possibly spread exactly. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, I
Yeah.
don't think they could have super hearing or infrared, only because that would you would your body, your whole entire brain would have to be somewhat evolved, like hundreds of maybe thousands, millions of years ahead of the
See,
normal
but
human
people,
race.
normal people have like very, very high senses, no matter what it may be, maybe eyesight or scent
Yeah,
or
but
like
not
sense of
infrared.
smell. No, not necessarily. Like what I meant by infrared is like it knows like where a living beating heart is.
Well, it'd probably use the mind, maybe already use the mind's senses or knowing of what it keeps a human alive.
See, you know how apex predators, which would more than likely what the zombie would be,
Oh yeah,
which
definitely.
is it stalks its prey.
Yeah.
It knows where it is at all times.
Yeah, but see, that's it. I don't think that the virus would be exactly like that. But there's, like I said, there's no real say of what could happen or not. So actually, anything is possible. So continue.
Yeah, so I would think that they would be more than likely an apex predator.
Yeah, yeah, that seems really possible. But then there's also the other thing where they're stupid as all
Like
all
in
could
Dead
be.
Rising.
Yeah, they're just stupid. They're standing there, and then if you get close to them, they're like, "Oh, someone that I need to
Yeah, you
make
can
this
just
guy."
run past them and they'll just be like, light bulb.
Ugh.
Ugh.
Yeah, so they could be either really stupid, like a numbskull, or they could be highly advanced. There's multiple possibilities for this. Is there anything else you'd want to say?
Well, I would like to get to my preparation because I know you
Oh
don't
yeah, yeah. Go to
share
your
as much.
preparation.
So what I would do is if this is gonna be my alone scenario, say like my parents and my sister are out of the house. I have a lot of pets. I would set them all free.
Okay.
Unless like my dog or my cat would just chill with me because my cat, I take care of it. It knows who its master is, so it'll be like, hey, where you going?
Yeah.
And my dog, it's mainly loyal to my father, so it'll be like, yeah, where's dad? And then yeah, but I would definitely set all my pets free, except for the fish, because throw it in a lake. And then I don't have a 22. 22s are, well, they are loud, but now I have a 30-30. I have a big gun.
Mhm.
So I mean, I would only use that in dire. Like, see, it's a hunting rifle. It's got a scope,
Yeah.
so like I can scope out things. But I would never ever use it unless it's a desperate thing.
Mhm.
Um, see, I would be fine with the survival knife, but the thing is, I do not want to use it against the zombies because you need to get really close, and when if you get too close, you can get trapped, and then it's game over.
Yeah.
I would take like what's that guarding tool? It's got like these like spurs on it, and you use it to plant seeds. I would take like one of those, or like what I don't know like the names, but not a hoe, but like that thing that has like the three prongs that like it looks
Oh, I know what you're
like a
talking about.
retarded pitchfork.
A,
Yeah, I would take one of
like a
those.
plower? I don't
Yeah,
know.
whatever it is, I don't even know. But yeah, I would take one of those and I would use that or maybe I would like take like a large kitchen knife and like try and attach it to like a broomstick to make like a spear type weapon.
Yeah, that's pretty smart.
Ew, there's a moth in my room. It's bothering me. Oh hey, I caught him. Uh, yeah, and I would obviously get all the non-perishables, and I would take my cell phone, and I would call.
Okay, see, that's the one thing I don't understand though. Just because there's a zombie apocalypse, why does that mean all the power in the city is down?
Because eventually, after a long time, there's not going to be anyone at the cell phone towers or the power plants to monitor it. See, it will eventually boot into auxiliary power, and then everything will remain back on, but only for a limited amount of time.
Yeah,
Because
but what I don't understand is that cell phone towers, there's like people who go check on it every once in a while to see how everything's doing. But
yeah, but you think that someone would do that in a zombie apocalypse? So they would try and get somewhere safe or get out of the area of the infection.
yeah,
I doubt. Society will crumble eventually, and everything. I mean, everything has an expiration date after some odd days in the apocalypse.
hmm
And see, that's why you need some sort of preservation. See, salt.
or rice.
No, rice sucks.
Well, not for water. I mean, if it's like a
Yeah, well,
never mind. Wait.
what are you gonna do if there's like a pond? Just dump a shit ton of rice in it so you can get
All right,
across before the zombies eat you.
continue.
But salt has been used as like a way to preserve foods since like the
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
1300s. But the thing is, you're gonna need like salt blocks.
Oh yeah, definitely. Large amounts of salt.
Yeah. But that's refrigeration. We don't give a shit about refrigeration. Canned foods all the way.
There
And then
you
the
go.
thing is, people will get territorial. People will fight for anything and everything in those days because either you can hold on to your pacifist ways and not do anything and just let people push you over and just let them take everything on, or you can just cut all ties and do what is necessary to survive.
Yeah. So, is there anything else you'd want to say?
No.
All right. Well, this was an awesome conversation, I think.
Do you have anything else to say?
No, there's really not too much I just have to say. It's just if
What
I'm
would you no? What would you
okay,
do if you or a family member got infected?
if I was a family member who got infected.
You or a family member, or like someone you knew
All
who
right.
you
Well,
somehow
okay.
met up.
So if I was infected, I would immediately get someone to take my life. Quickly though, because I don't want to give them a risk of me trying to get them infected. So, because I wouldn't want to be selfish and live my last moments out. Well, maybe live it out until I pass out and go into the coma you're talking about, and then let them shoot me.
See, no, the second I I would notice that if I was bitten or I was somehow infected, I would let someone know and be like, you can take all of my stuff, divide it amongst yourselves, use it for yourselves, and just I would want it just a straight up one bullet, one and done,
Oh, yeah, see,
no
that's what I'd want. I
said
mean,
and done.
I don't think
And
I don't
I
think I'd.
would honestly do the same for a family member. I would say it's time, and it would suck. That's why you need to cut all ties, and then yep.
Yeah,
But I think the government would attempt to like try and contain it. It may or may not work, but
because
I think
apparently in all zombie movies it always fails, always, except
yeah,
except for in the video game, State of Decay. The
yeah. It's only
army and everything, they're all good. They're all fine. They're actually securing
see
the area.
that game has like a sense of realism to it.
It does, very much. It's just I don't see why all games have to make it so the government failed. Everyone's dead except for
Well,
you.
see, Dead Rising they contained it.
Yeah, exactly. I don't
They
understand
kind
this.
of contained it, but then it somehow got back out because the Terror is a reality show,
Yeah, yeah.
and yeah, you get framed. But then
Mm.
yeah, so they contain it in like that one in Fortune City in the second one. I don't remember what it was called in the first one, but they
No,
blocked
no, I
it
don't
all off.
remember.
You can't leave,
Yeah, I don't
and they have
remember.
patrols around it.
Yeah. Well, yeah. If a family member died, not died, if they got infected, I'd tell them like what you said straight up. It's time, or I don't want you hurting anyone else. Out of I just it'd be some sort of way to get them to calm down and accept the fact that they're bitten if they haven't already accepted the fact.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I guess it's the end of this conversation. Uh, this was an awesome conversation, in my opinion. But this was basically thinking on how the zombie apocalypse could be realistically. So I think,
Comment what you would do in a
yeah,
situation of the zombie apocalypse.
yeah.
Let us know what you think. If you thought our theories were true or they could be improved, let us know.
And if you think they're wrong, let us know how they're wrong. All right, guys. Thanks
Yes.
for watching or listening. I'll see you later. Please like this video. See you later. Bye.
Subscribe.
Yeah. Subscribe.